back to Lake Math. Today we're going to do fettuccine alfredo with garlic shrimp because that totally sounds like something we would do in a Lake Math video. So we've got green onions, we've got 2 packs of fettuccine, we've got the heavy whipping cream, heavy pepper, Tony Chachere's. This is just for after. A little bit of garlic, cornstarch, butter. All right, so since I have a whole class here and we're doing 2 packs of fettuccine, I'm gonna do 2 sticks of butter, and this is 2 pints. But if you were just doing 1 pack, because it's just a couple of y'all, then you would do 1 stick of butter and 1 pack and 1 of the little pints. And I'm gonna chop this up, I'm gonna smash this up, and then we're gonna start cooking. And we'll be back in a second after we do that. Alright, so we already chopped our green onions, not super exciting. Garlic. There's some secrets to garlic. So first I'm just going to break these apart. I'm doing this with gloves, which I'm certain is going to make it way worse than usual. If you have 2 metal bowls, you can actually just put the garlic in there and shake it up, and all the peels come right off. But we don't, so we're not. This is way easier without gloves on. But apparently the pandemic is terrible and we all just have to be abundantly, ridiculously, overzealously cautious. So gloves. Because otherwise these kids would be in here watching cooking but not allowed to eat any of it. That'd just be wrong, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That's almost what it was. Alright, so the garlic, if you smash it with the side of your knife, it actually helps pop the peel off. So even with gloves on, I can still get this done. Now, based on how much garlic flavor you want, my wife just likes to eat whole garlic. So I don't usually chop them up that much, and I don't really like garlic flavor that much, so I just leave them whole. But if you want lots of garlic flavor, you're going to crush these all the way. So don't just smash them enough to get the peel off, smash them all the way. Now if you just want a little bit of garlic flavor, then you can leave them whole or you can chop them. You'll want a lot or a little garlic flavor?
A little.
A little?
I don't know.
Smell it?
Very strong.
Is garlic gonna make
It's strong.
better?
Yeah.
Alright, so
Wait,
we'll
don't they
do-
put that in garlic bread?
Yes,
garlic.
that's
Is it gonna make it,
garlic bread.
is more garlic gonna make it taste
Oh,
better?
we should have had garlic bread.
I know,
Oh
I forgot
yeah.
to buy it. I forgot
That's
to buy
gonna make me cry. I feel my eyes
That's
watering.
onions.
That's onions.
I don't like that. I don't like
You don't like anything. Are you gonna eat?
You ate it last time?
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
No,
it's
she
in
didn't
the
I
put
know,
it.
but she picked it out.
pick
It don't really taste like that.
Oh, I thought it was chocolate.
Onions, like real raw onions, make me cry.
Onions.
They say if onions make you cry, that you're a
like
jealous
okras.
person.
Are you still filming?
Yeah.
Alright, let's crosstalk on this thing.
Yeah, we're not.
That's right, we're just
We're
smashing
not.
garlic.
What's it called? Breaking guidelines. We cut that out.
No, we're not gonna put out one.
Yes. I probably can't even hear you on the camera.
Alright, well since y'all aren't super into garlic, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
Alright, now we're gonna get over here.
Wait.
Camera. Alright, so I've got a full pot of water over here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat on for that. I'm gonna figure out how to turn on the oven. There it is. Alright, that one's on. Now I'm gonna start all this at the same time. And I'm gonna really crank the heat up on that. Instead of using a normal pot and then using a colander to strain out my pasta later, we just have like this weird pot combo. It's really actually for juicing things, but whatever. I didn't feel like bringing a colander to work. It's just one more thing that my wife's gonna have to wash when I get home. Y'all think I'm kidding about that? I'm not. All right, we've also got the shrimp. Normally I'd be a snob and be like, ooh, cooked. Normally I'd be a snob and say, oh man, it's cooked. You didn't get the raw. That's ridiculous. But I'm in a hurry, and the store I was at only had the big ones in the raw, and I wanted the little shrimp, so we got the little shrimp. Gotta have that butter in there. Like I said, if you're doing a single batch, you would just put 1 stick of butter and 1 pint of heavy whipping cream in here. But we're doing a double batch, so 2 sticks of butter. And we got that in there. Awesome. Butter makes everything better. And now I'm going to take my heavy whipping cream. I'm going to pour all of it in there. So, like I said, 1 stick per pint. This is 2 pints, 2 sticks, because we're doing a double batch because we got hungry people. All right. Gotta bring my other ingredients over. Now, I'm not gonna throw my fettuccine in until that starts boiling. The main reason is because if my wife watched this video, she would be like, I told you it's better if it's boiling. The experts from Italy or wherever agree, and I'm tired of arguing with her. So, there you go. Now, for a shrimp, we want to get all that good flavor in there. So I'm going to dump my garlic. I'm going to dump basically 1 bundle of green onions in there. And let's see, we need some more butter. Because we've only used 2 sticks of butter so far in our recipe, so I mean, we didn't even need to open a second box of butter yet. That's ridiculous. And I'm not going to throw all of it in there. The main reason is because I've already got 2 sticks of butter in here. So I want enough that it doesn't stick and enough for this garlic and this green onion flavor to just kind of mix around with the shrimp. But not enough that it just overwhelms the sauce when I put it on the sauce. So we'll just do like a little more than half a stick. That's hardly any butter at all. Turn that one on. Alright, so I'm going to wait till the butter melts in that before I actually put the shrimp in. This is starting to warm up, but not enough to even melt my butter yet. Now, while that's waiting, we need a little more water than this. Normally I use a pint glass for this, but I totally forgot to put a pint glass in my car when I left the house. So we're using this little solo cup. Less exciting than most people using a solo cup. It's not a keg party, it's pasta. Huge mess. Alright, this is cornstarch. It's super messy. This is what we're going to thicken our stuff up with, but you can zoom in on our little cup here. But, thing is, we don't actually want to put this straight in our sauce or it'll become clumpy and disgusting. And nobody likes clumpy and disgusting. It's just not fun. So, what I'm going to do, and I'm not measuring this, I'm just throwing some in. How much? I don't know. It doesn't actually matter. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Can you put too much? I guess so. Can you put too little? Certainly. But we're not going to stress out about it too much. Now, if you don't mix this up, it's going to just turn into a brick. So you got to mix it up, and then before I use it, I'm going to have to mix it up again. And then when I use it, I'm going to have to mix it up again. So we'll just know that that's what happens with that. Now, my butter is starting to melt in here. So now what I want to do, I want to start stirring this up. But pepper, just like with the gravy, we got to go ridiculous on the pepper. How much does it need? Your arm should be sore. And then a little bit more. Not quite as much as we put in the gravy for the biscuits. Alright, my butter's melted. I want to turn the heat down a little bit so I don't burn the butter. I'm going to go ahead and throw the shrimp in there. The shrimp require almost nothing since they're already cooked. Let's assume we were using not cooked shrimp. Basically, you cook them until the tail curls up. As soon as the tail curls up, it's done. If the tail doesn't curl up, then you've got rotten, nasty shrimp and you shouldn't eat it. Alright, so we're going to start stirring this. I want to chop up my butter a little bit to kind of ease its transition in here. Mess. This is a messy kind of meal. And put a little bit of salt in here. Helps the boil temp. I'm going to mix this up again. And now I'm going to pour some of this in here. And this is what's going to thicken up my sauce. Break out my shrimp. I didn't put it all the way on there because I want the air to escape, but the heat to be trapped. Now with your sauce, you want a steady mix. Because as soon as we stop mixing, the butter and the cream separate. And basically it's not going to really start thickening until it gets almost to a boil, like a gentle, soft bubbling, not quite an actual bubble. This seems similar to the biscuits and gravy recipe. It's not that different. I use heavy whipping cream instead of milk. I use cornstarch instead of flour. And our meat is from the ocean. Alright, it's not boiling. My wife would be irritated. But I don't want everything else to be ready and my noodles not. So whatever, compromise. Now you might wonder, some people have asked, what does this have to do with math? Nothing. It has nothing to do with math. Apparently math is so mindlessly boring that no one will watch a video on math. Are you guys sad that we're not doing a math tutorial? They look very heartbroken. Very heartbroken.